I won a $30,000 car, and here's how I did it. I was sitting around one day and realized that I never actually shared what it was like to win a car in a contest. I never shared how I did it, or how it felt, or if I even still have the car, which I do. So in this video, we're gonna do just that. We're gonna talk about when this contest happened, we're gonna talk about what led up to me entering the contest, and I'm going to show you the video that I entered that named me the winner. And hopefully, you'll be able to win a car of your own. You never know. Truth be told, I've entered several contests since this one, and hadn't worked out too well. But this one did, so let's talk about it. So here it is, the car. And the car that we're talking about is a 2014 Ford Fusion Hybrid. Yes, 2014, so been holding the story in for a while. Now, as far as vehicle options, we could have chosen a different Ford vehicle, like a Ford Mustang, I know. But the contest gave us a limit of $30,000, and that wouldn't have been enough for the kind of Mustang that, let's just say it would have been basic. But it was enough to get this beautiful looking hybrid right here. And at the time, I needed something like this. 45 miles to the gallon and enough space for my wife and the family that we were starting, so yeah, it was a blessing. And this is me recording footage 12 years later. So if you haven't been able to tell, we are still proud owners of this car, and honestly, we love it. Now, I do want to share one drawback, if you want to look at it that way, to winning a prize such as this, and it's the one thing that can actually be the deciding factor on whether or not you keep the prize, and that is paying taxes. Winning this car meant that we had to pay taxes, so that $30,000 value, yeah, that got added onto our yearly income, so that when tax time came around, we had to cut a nice little check, around $10,000 or so. So I guess in a way this car did cost money. Either way, it was still very much worth it. Now let me run you through a heavily abbreviated version of how we won this car, and then I'm gonna show you the commercial. So here we go. Okay, so when it actually came to winning the car, here's how I did it. I saw this contest online that was sponsored by Ford and Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is like this famous actor, comedian, talk show host, game show host. He used to host the Apollo. I think he even wrote a book, Man of Many Talents. Anyway, Steve Harvey partnered with Ford to have this contest. And the contest was to make a 60-second video talking about all of the great features of a Ford vehicle of your choosing. They called it Hyper Ford. Their name, not mine. But who cares? They're giving away a car. So being the filmmaker that I am, I told my wife, there's this contest going on and we may win a car? Cool, she said. And so I proceeded to write a script. I knew it had to be something creative, something fun, something the judges had never seen before, with good acting and good timing, and of course, the cinematography had to be on point. This was my edge over the other contestants, at least I hoped anyway. I mean, could have turned out that Spike Lee or Steven Spielberg were entering the contest, but highly unlikely. Spike Lee has courtside season tickets to the New York Knicks. He doesn't need to win a Ford. So with the script banged out, we moved forward. But we ran into some problems. Not with getting our hands on some gear. I mean, I own a Canon 7D. Remember those things? I still have it too. And I had lights and audio equipment. No, all that was fine. The problem was scheduling. You see, I had just started this new job. So did she. In fact, we had just moved back to Texas. So we didn't have a lot of time on our hands. And when we did have time, all we really wanted to do was sit around and watch a movie. And that's how it happened. At the end of our movie watching one night, I looked over to her and said, "You wanna shoot that video?" To which she said, "Sure." And production began. I set up the Dracast lights and the audio equipment in my trusty 7D. We rearranged some furniture in our living room space and hit record. The shooting was great and I edited the project the same night and a little bit into the next day. And about a month later, we were notified that we were the winners. Actually, we found out unofficially when someone congratulated us in the comment section on the YouTube video. That's where all the contestants uploaded their entries. How the heck did they find that out before us, we wondered. Is it true? Then the contest people called us. It was true. They loved our idea and execution, and we had just won a $30,000 car. So that's how we did it. Now, as promised, I'm going to show you guys this commercial. But remember, this was shot in 2014, and it's amazing what you can learn as a director and cinematographer in 10 years. So, go easy, okay? All right, without any further delay, I present to you my Hyperford video. Enjoy.
So I pull into the parking lot, and before I can get my 6-speed manual shift into park and raise my convertible top, she is at the door of my Mustang, talking about our director wants to see me about our reports. Now, I don't know if you remember, but this is the same lady I told you about before that I had problems with. So you know I was upset. I was hotter than my 3.7-liter V6 engine under my ruby red hood. So we both go into the director's office, because I don't have anything to hide. She starts telling all types of lies, and I had to stop her, dead in her 18-inch tire tracks. I was like, honey, you need to pump the anti-lock brakes with traction control. Of course, then she didn't have anything to say. She just stood there like a deer, caught in my LED projector lights. My 9.6 cubic feet of extra space is not enough room for all of her baggage. So it only took me 5.8 seconds to go from 0 to 60 right out of that office. I didn't even have time to check my rearview camera. Can you believe that, chick?
Our car is a 3.7-liter engine?
Tony, have you been listening to anything that I just said?
I've been listening.
You know what?
All right, that was it. I hope you liked it. Ford liked it. And I guess Steve Harvey liked it. Either way, we won. And we had people celebrating us, and our friends and our family telling us, that it was really cool to win a vehicle like that. And, it felt good. My wife was like, you might be able to do something here. You might be onto something here as a filmmaker. We can keep the camera for a little while longer. So that's the story. I hope it brought you some joy, some inspiration, and I think I'll go take a ride in the car. So until next time, be blessed, stay inspired, and always shoot for the difference. Check out some of the stuff that we have going on at the channel. We want to stick around on YouTube for a very long time, and we need your help to do that. So do me a favor and subscribe, like, comment, and share, and we will keep creating great content. Thanks.